If you were trapped on a desert island your whole life with no Bible, you could still find the truth of God within you. You would still feel the truth of God within you, and you would know right from wrong because it's written in your heart. So what does it mean to have God's law written in your heart? It means our human nature is a reflection of God's nature. What we all naturally love and deem as good is what is true of God's nature. What we all reject as immoral and evil is the opposite of God's nature. And Jesus says, not everybody who says to me, Lord, Lord, is going to just automatically enter the kingdom. I mean, imagine if it was that easy and Jesus is, standing before the lineup of heaven or something, and everyone's like, Lord, Lord. He's like, you're permitted. Next person. Hello, Lord, Lord. You're permitted. You called me Lord. You confessed me. Next. Murderers, rapists, child pedophiles. Lord, Lord. Everyone's just walking into heaven. We just had to know the secret password. Come on, this is insane, right? How do you know someone believes something? Because they do it. How do you know someone is living in sin? Because they sin. It's very simple, right? You are not saved from sin if you continue in sin. So Jesus said, get away from me, you who practice wickedness, for I never knew you. For when I was hungry, you didn't feed me, etc., etc. Lord, when did we see you hungry? When you didn't do it to the least of these, you didn't do it to me. So here we have Jesus warning his most devout believers who cast out demons in his name and do miracles in his name. Every time I've heard a Christian pastor or commentator comment on this verse, they're out from wiggling out of the accountability Christ is putting on them here, is they say, well, Jesus is clearly not talking about believers in Jesus because he says, I never knew you. And if you confess Jesus as Lord, that means you're his friend. He lives in your heart. He knows you. So if you confess Jesus as Lord, no matter what you do, Jesus can never say to you, I never knew you. Isn't that interesting? That's how they weasel out of it. But it's like, no, Jesus was warning people who cast out demons in his name, who heal the sick in his name. He says, away from me, wicked evildoer, I never knew you. I don't know about you guys, but I don't know anybody who's out there in the streets casting out demons in the name of Jesus that's not a Christian. Do you see atheists casting out demons in the name of Jesus? Do you see Hindus or Buddhists healing the sick in the name of Jesus? It's exclusively a Christian thing to invoke the name of Jesus. And he uses that analogy and says, just because you invoked my name to do miracles doesn't mean I know who you are. Everyone has access to the same power, but do you live my teachings? Do you follow my commandments? Only then can I know you're truly my disciple.